You might not realize this. You might not realize this yet, but the way that you feel about yourself, your confidence, your reactions in relationships aren't random. They've been conditioned, learned, installed over time. And for most people, those patterns were never consciously chosen, which means something very interesting. If they were learned, they can be changed. And today, you don't have to try to force confidence. You don't have to figure yourself out. You don't even have to believe anything different right now. Because as you listen, your mind can begin updating those patterns automatically, quietly, effortlessly, so that instead of overthinking, instead of doubting yourself, instead of feeling like something is missing, you'll begin to experience something very different. A sense of calm, a sense of certainty, a sense of being completely enough. And you may notice that as this process begins, you don't need to chase confidence anymore because it starts coming from within. So if you've ever felt like you were never enough, like your confidence disappears in certain situations, or like your emotions take over when you don't want them to, this is not who you are. It's just a pattern. And in this next hypnosis, we're going to change that. So just make yourself comfortable and allow your attention to turn inward. Just allow yourself to settle comfortably. Take a slow breath in. And as you breathe out, allow your eyes to gently close. You may begin to notice that your body is starting to relax. No effort is required, just allowing. Take another breath in, and as you breathe out, allow the muscles around your eyes to soften. And when those muscles relax, the rest of your body begins to follow. Now, in a moment, you can gently open your eyes and close them again. And when they close, you go deeper and deeper. Eyes open and close. Drifting deeper and deeper. Eyes open and close. Even deeper now. Now imagine a place that represents strength, not force, not pressure, but quiet strength. It could be a mountain, a vast landscape, or somewhere solid and steady. And as you stand there, you notice the stillness, the calm, the grounded presence. And this place represents something important, your internal foundation. Now begin walking forward in that space. 10, steady. 9, calm. 8, grounded. 7, mind quiet. 6, deeper. 5, halfway. 4, stable. 3, strong. 2, present. 1, fully grounded. And now just stand there, feeling that quiet strength. There is something important your mind can understand now. Confidence is not something you get from others. It is something you allow within yourself. Other people may come and go. Situations may change. But your sense of self can remain stable. From this moment forward, your emotional state no longer depends on someone else's behaviour. You no longer need constant reassurance. You no longer need to overanalyze because you trust yourself. And when you trust yourself, you become naturally confident. Now imagine a version of you who fully embodies this. Calm, grounded, decisive, and confident. You do not chase validation. You do not seek approval. You choose. You lead your own life. You notice how you move. You notice how you speak. You notice how you handle uncertainty. There is no rush, no pressure, just certainty. And as you observe yourself, you notice something powerful. You are completely comfortable being alone. Not because you have to be, but because you are complete within yourself. Now allow that vision of you to step forward, closer, closer, until you both emerge within you. And as that person integrates with you, those qualities become yours. Confidence, self-trust, emotional independence, calm control, confidence, self-trust, emotional independence, calm control. Your nervous system installs all this as your new baseline. From this moment forward, you will begin to respond differently When uncertainty appears, you stay grounded. When someone pulls away, you remain calm. When you don't have all the answers, you trust yourself anyway. Because your confidence no longer comes from outcomes, it comes from within. Now imagine a future situation with yourself in it. You're interacting with someone and something happens that once would have triggered doubt. But now you feel steady, relaxed, unbothered. You respond clearly, confidently, without overthinking. And you notice something interesting. People respond differently to you now because confidence attracts respect. As your unconscious mind can now lock in this understanding. I trust myself. I remain grounded. I choose, I do not chase. Say these again to yourself in your mind. I trust myself. I remain grounded. I choose, I do not chase. One more time. I trust myself. I remain grounded. I choose, I do not chase. Let those ideas settle deeply. In a moment, I'll count from 0 to 5 and you'll return. Think of somewhere beautiful where you'd love to visit. Just imagine that feeling deep inside of you. That's it. 0, returning. 1, awareness returning. 2, breathing deeper. 3, energy returning. 4, eyes preparing. 5, eyes open, fully awake, calm, clear and confident. As you begin to return to your full awareness, you may notice something subtle but important, a shift in how you feel, in how you think, in how you relate to yourself. And what's interesting is this isn't something you need to maintain. It's something your mind continues reinforcing automatically. Over the next few hours or even the next few days, you may notice yourself responding differently. More calm, more grounded, more certain. So if you choose to return to this session again, you may find each time that sense of confidence, emotional independence becomes stronger, more natural, more permanent, because this isn't something you're learning, it is something you're becoming. If you found this useful, make sure to save it or come back to it over the next few days. And if you'd really like to go deeper into this work, there are more sessions available on this channel, and I offer one-on-one sessions if you really want to go deeper into this sort of work. Remember, calm is strategy.